Today, we're diving into a super interesting part of history. Our story starts in the year 536, a time folks say was one of the toughest for people. Imagine this: a weird fog covers Europe, the Middle East, and Asia for a whopping 18 months. It gets so dark that it's like the sun forgot how to shine, just like the moon. Things get even crazier. The weather goes nuts in 536. Summers are freezing, and get this, it even snows in China during the warm months. Crops don't make it, and people are starving, like really hungry. Then, in 541, a super bad thing happens. There's this really awful sickness called the plague of Justinian. It spreads like wildfire and takes out a whole bunch of people in the Roman Empire. Things were already shaky, and this just made everything worse. Now, let's fast forward to today. Smart folks, led by Michael McCormick and his team, decide to study a big chunk of ice from a Swiss glacier. They're like ice detectives, looking for clues about what happened back then. Guess what they find? Turns out there was a gigantic volcano eruption in Iceland in 536. Two more huge eruptions follow in 540 and 547. These volcanoes, plus the plague, make life in Europe really tough for a long time. The scientists use a super cool method to study the ice. It's like they're using a tiny laser to look at little bits of ice, telling them about storms, volcanoes, and even pollution. It's like reading a history book in ice. They figure out that the volcanic fog from Iceland travels all the way across Europe and Asia, making everything chilly. Imagine a big, cold cloud moving through. Fast forward again, this time to the year 640. Something good finally happens. There's a spike in a metal called lead in the air, and that means people are mining silver again. It's like a fresh start for the economy. So, that's our trip through time. We learned how a volcano, a plague, and some ice can tell us a lot about the past. If you like this adventure, hit the subscribe button. We've got more cool history stories coming your way. Until next time, time travelers, stay curious.